Hello people! So today I decided that we're going to use the Rick and Morty API and we're going to do a GET request to get all the characters, their images, and whether they're alive or dead. So right before we get into this video, please make sure you subscribe, make sure you're liking this video. I hope you guys are liking this content. I make videos on coding, traveling, and skateboarding. Alright, so I'm right now downloading the Create React app, so that's what I suggest for everyone else to start doing. And let's just get into it. So we're going to be using the Rick and Morty API. The reason why I chose this API was because the documentation is awesome. It's really easy to read. You're really able to go through it and see what you need to do. So I thought this was going to be a really simple little project just to do for us beginners and for people who are still learning about API, JSON, and all that good stuff. So getting right into the video, what is an API? An API is an application programming interface. An API is a messenger that takes the request and tells the system what it wants to do, and then returns a response. And how are APIs used? You can render data with CRUD functionality. CRUD is create, read, update, delete. For today's project, we'll be using the read property. And CRUD is common for constructing web application. It has basic functionality. For example, when you're going through Instagram, there is kind of CRUD functionality all through that mobile app. You have a feed, which is what read would be. You're able to create a post, which is what create would be, update your captions, and delete the post. So that's CRUD in a nutshell. Let's see if React is ready. So this is also my first time ever doing a coding tutorial, so I'm like a little nervous, but I think it's going to go really well, and I really hope you guys also enjoy it. Alright, starting up. While this loads, I also want to just like read some documentation with you guys. So like I said, all we're going to be doing is getting the character, just like this with the endpoint. So with that, we are able to pick out the name, status, if they're dead, alive, or unknown, gender, origin, location, image, and all this cool fun stuff. So we're just going to play around with it. We are only going to be making a GET request. So what that is, a GET request would be bringing in all the data from the API. So in other terms, if you wanted to get that as CRUD, that would be considered read. This is still loading. I was thinking of adding CSS towards the end of my project just to make it a little prettier, and I probably am going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do it with you guys or just have the GitHub repo, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This is still loading up. I am so new to this, but I think it's going well. Alright guys, so this finally loaded up. We read some documentation. So now all we have to do is add our dependencies. I'm just going to make a new terminal right here. And I'm going to cd, just so it's in the right folder, cd Rick and Morty. And then npmi Axios. So what Axios is, it is a promise-based HTTP client for the browser and for Node. It's easy to send an asynchronous HTTP request to endpoints and perform CRUD functionalities. So that's what Axios is used for. And while this loads up, I think we can start making our components. So the components folder, all this is just to have everything gathered together, make sure everything is in the correct spot for what we're going to be using throughout the app. So we're going to have something called a character list. This will go right here. I don't know why it flew down there. My bad, guys. And then we're going to have a character card. And we're just going to render all the data through cards. and just make it super easy, super simple. Just like to explain, this is still loading up. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Yeah, perfect. Just because I know what it's like to like code by the computer. Oh, that is so big. Oops. But I know what it's like to code next to the computer, and like the people in the tutorial sometimes like have it so tiny.
This is looking crazy. I love blaming my computer as to why it runs slow, but I know deep down it's because of me. Well, this loads up and the
dependency gets added to our package.json. Let's go to the app and just make an H and do like Rick and Morty. And this should display a Rick and Morty. Yep, beautiful. All right, it looks like the dependency got updated. So let's start. Let's go in here and remove this. We really don't need this logo because it's not there anymore. Close this out, bring this off to the side, and let's start. All right, so we're gonna go into characterlist.js and we're gonna import React and everything we need. So we're gonna be using functional components. So we'll be able to use useEffect and useState. These are React hooks. Oops, from React. Import source from. All right, and then we're just gonna export default function. I'm gonna call this charlist, and then just make some brackets. So we're gonna make some state. So const character list and set character list equals use state. Next, we're going to use the useEffect hook, and all we're going to do is make a arrow function, call out axios.get, and right here is where we're going to place this link. Where is it? This character link. Awesome. Oops. Copy, paste. And then we're going to do a dot then, and what this is if we get the response that is correct, it will console.log response.data.result, and then we're going to set the character list. So right here, character list. Oh, no, oops. Set character list response.data.result. And if it is rendered, it will come up through here. But we're not done yet. And then we're going to do a dot catch, and what this is, if there's an error, it will give us an error in the console. So console.log error. And I think it's like right over here. Right over here, we're going to add a dependency array. And what this array is empty because when we're calling APIs, it can crash the web app very fast. So we want to make sure we have this so it doesn't continuously run. Next, all we're going to do is add a return. And we're going to do a div, do character list. From the state up there, we're going to pass in props, so char, we're going to call them chars, and ID. Throw that in right there, and then return. We're going to import our character card that we made earlier from, and we're going to, right here, just add that in. And although we haven't wrote any code in there yet, we are about to right now. Character card, and this is the key ID, so this is what's going to give us all the unique IDs. And then chars is going to be chars, and this is the props. And then, so we're going to close that bracket up. And we're going to go to character card right up here. We're going to import React from React. And then, export default function character card props. And then all we're going to do is just return some data. So we're going to do an h1 tag, and then we're going to have props.chars. And this is, chars is coming from the character list file, .name, and name is in the data, and then image source, image source, props.chars.image. And I have a bug. Did I do something wrong? Nope, that's definitely not it. I don't know why. I think that would be it. Oh, I know why. I need a div up here. It needs to be like in a container. It can't just be plain. Perfect. Okay, so let's go check it out and see if it rendered. And let's check the console to see if it came in the console, because either my computer is really slow or it didn't render. No errors from what I see, but no, Oh, is this not running? No, this is running. All right, let me try something. I'm going to add yarn, add React router done. Then why is it not? Hey guys, it's me editing this video. So as you can see here, I ran into a bug and I didn't want to leave the video off like this because like I said, I did prepare for this video just for the sake of the video. So I ran into a bug and I looked back at my old original code that I prepared with and I saw what I ran into. So at the end of this video, I'm going to go over it and we're going to reread the code just so we know what's going on and just so everyone has an understanding of what we just did. Make this big screen. Okay, so the reason for the white is because we made a path called character. And here it is. It looks very ugly right now, of course. I think I'm going to do some CSS for this and show you guys at the end and kind of explain how I did do the CSS. That's something I need to have myself recorded for that, just because I'm going to make like very, very simple cards. All right, people, we are back in town. So, character card YouTube. So let's see what we have here. From where we left off, we still have these really ugly cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some CSS to it, and I'm going to make it a little prettier. I will be speeding this up because I will literally just be making this in the middle, and maybe changing the font, maybe adding some box shadows, but we'll see. We'll see. So. Let's child component. So I kind of just did the easy way. I know this sounds so bad. I keep saying like, yeah, I did the easy way out, but I don't know. Coding kind of like makes me nervous sometimes. So I always want to make sure I'm doing it correctly and like I'm not looking like a spaz, so I just kind of make sure it's like simple and easy and just like done with. And I'm sure a lot of other people do too. But yeah, so right here, this is their gender, whether they're alive or dead, and then their name and an image of them. This is a very simple GET request, and as you can see right here in the console, it does pull through. Does it? Oh, yeah. It's right here. So it is right here with everything. So ID, image, yada, yada, yada. Let's close this up. And I know my CSS skills are beautiful, right? Yes, yes, queen. But what was I going to say? Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I wanted to reread this code with you guys, just because I feel like before I just quickly did it because also I don't know, I just wanted to make sure everything was going right again. So let's just like reread this, and like I said, guys, I'm also a new programmer. I've been programming for maybe a year now, and finally learned the full stack. But of course, I don't know everything. I'm not a genius, so let's just reread this and kind of go through it. So we're exporting a functional component, and then we're setting state right here. And then we're just going to do a GET request, use the API with the endpoint of character, and then log the response. So response, and if we get the response from right here, it will all show up. And it says hello in here because in the console, as I said before, you guys saw it, it showed hello. I already explained what the empty array was, so now going to the return. Welcome to Rick and Morty land. Yeah, fun, character list. So this is coming from right here. I know this is like really confusing. I don't know why I did it like this. Excuse me. But this is coming from the state. So this is mapping over the data to pull through. The characters and ID are the props which are coming through. Return character card. And character card is obviously being imported up here. And what character card has, it has all the information. Just very simple props, chars, image. And this comes with the API, these last 3 words. And what this is that it, what's it called? This just comes with the API. Like, these are the keywords for the API for it to be pulled in. Chars is set as the props, and then there's another prop set in here. And then I did add React Router DOM and imported it through route in my index, which is right here. And the way you do this is you do browser router as route and then import React Router DOM, and then make sure you wrap it so your entire app has it. Close this up, and here in character card, like I said, we're just bringing the data in. And this is it. This is how to do a GET request with the Rick and Morty API. What up, guys? I hope you're having a great day. I hope that tutorial was helpful. I feel like I'm at such a weird angle. Like, let me fix where I'm at. All right. It's still a kind of a weird angle. This is like what I get for filming on an iPhone. All right, but I hope the tutorial was helpful. I was thinking to add search functionality, so to have a form, and then when you go in there, you can search for like Rick, and then like all pictures of Rick will come up. That's like something what I was thinking. Like this video and let me know what you think of that. Also, if you enjoy this content, please let me know and I can make more content like this. Like I said, I'm also learning. I'm also new to programming, so it would kind of be like our journey together. Alright, but on that note, follow me on my Instagram at BlakeyCodes, at Blake's. I have a Twitter called BlakeyCodes too. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day.